First PDF 1.4%. Report Lab generated PDF document. http://www.reportlab.com. 10OBJ F120R EndOBJ20OBJ. Base font Helvetica. Encoding WinANSI encoding. Name F1 subtype. Type 1 type. Font EndOBJ30OBJ. Contents 70R. Mediabox 0062792. Parent 60R. Resources. Font 10R. Procset. PDF. Text. Image B. Image C. Image I. Rotate 0. Trans. Type. Page. EndOBJ. FAR 0OBJ. Page mode. Use none. Pages 60R. Type. Catalog. EndOBJ 50OBJ. Author. Nar Anonymous. Creation date D 2025 106951 Smaplaza 0. Creator An unspecified. Keywords. Mod date D 2025106095 Producer Report Lab PDF Library w.reportlab.com. Subject Arn unspecified. Title On Anonymous is Trapped False. EndOBJ 60OBJ. Count 1 Kids 30R. Type Pages EndOBJ 70OBJ. Filter ASI 85 decode. Flate decode. Length 840. Stream Gaxu Cypher 6 PF2 and A7LTHB G GeoMemZHL LKB1B OT DWAT Deep CHPRVD 5 YP2RG Princy UGBI NPPMMCU AO 0 LAD MQO3KF Year Hedino NKRC Conce ONB for Experience HK plus K1 GSACA Fee 1% for 2 QSKADWIT Witness BH Pralabu Adlum SKPON Q YAPQ IRG GXH ESC NFMSTI Senite BGHSQ and BF Observer Plasma Q Jimin 6 FLC RFAT for with DJHLHA XDQX MDMs Kalakiru and MGLCHDQ BCP and 6GC CT7 KQTN DQVIRN Eureka 4K 6 and F4H 4 CPP IG Apo GDHBC XNOLOSANI RJ JCFKB Zixani JSM Lobsar ZKB FN Tigafern 6 Genes and MPI JDVHN Pidu Cavity JSH FN and Live 6B7 KTR Chachik Chans HBH HCH and UC8 Hassan TVMW Chanchin OR6C PGH CJV MBT4R WNY Airportary April MB Metro TJ GT6QP Parenthesis 0 Chelsea K McV Kajodis Sefi FNFO GGs and MPJ 6 AKC Fear KLJ J3 Z7 PPR for MGK S3 Sabian Side Bidger RTS Shells into 1 group RKKP Yo ZGT Char Shed 6 and L3 GI EMB Go GQ given us elephants CI7 UR 3 and the QS end stream EndOBJ XRF 08 Erosion Fees in 6535 F Resolution Z 3 Solutions and 0 Tunes Foundations and 0 Rules 0 Range Nation 0 0 0 4 7 new 0 0 0 Finifear 0 0 0 Trailer ID 61 A BAB 61 City do free behind BAB 4941% Report Lab generated PDF document digest http www.reportlab.com Info 50R, root 40R, size 8, start XREF 1744, persons enough. The night was calm, yet alive with unseen breath. Morpheus stood beneath the pale moon, listening to the stillness. There was a whisper, faint, like silk brushed against stone. It came not from the trees nor the grass, but from the air itself. The whisper carried weight, a call meant for him alone. He closed his eyes, letting the sound weave around his thoughts. The moon glowed brighter, as though answering the hidden voice. Morpheus felt a pull, gentle yet steady, guiding his first step forward. Every sound around him softened. The night listened too. The path opened, a narrow trail bathed in silver light. Each stone seemed to hum, each shadow seemed to breathe. The whisper grew clearer, forming shapes within the silence. It spoke of hidden doors, of dreams left waiting in the dark. Morpheus walked carefully, feeling the earth steady beneath his feet. The trees leaned closer, their branches like hands pointing the way. He felt no fear, only curiosity and quiet wonder. The whisper shifted, now a melody, faint as morning dew. It told of places beyond sight, wrapped in the moon's embrace. He knew this was not an ordinary path, but a passage of dreams. The air thickened with mystery, yet remained soft and kind. With every step, Morpheus felt closer to something hidden, unseen. The shadows moved, not as threat, but as companions walking beside him. Their presence brought comfort, as though night itself kept him safe. The whisper called his name now, clear and slow, echoing like a lullaby. He followed without question, trusting the rhythm of its voice. The path curved, leading to a meadow lit only by moonlight. The grass swayed without wind, shimmering with silver hues. Morpheus paused, listening to the field hum with ancient secrets. The whisper danced through the meadow, weaving stories into the air. He understood none, yet felt all, like emotions without words. The moon's shadow stretched across the meadow, soft and deep. It seemed alive, reaching gently for Morpheus's footsteps. He bent down, touching the ground where shadow and light met. A tremor of warmth passed through his hand, like memory returning. The whisper grew softer again, urging him to continue onward. He walked across the meadow, each step echoing a silent promise. The night sky shimmered, and the stars bent lower to watch. Morpheus felt their gaze, kind and curious, as he moved forward. The meadow opened into another path, darker but still welcoming. The whisper faded into silence, leaving only his heartbeat. Yet he knew it was not gone, only waiting deeper in the night. Morpheus took a slow breath, steady and calm, and followed. For the shadow of the moon had chosen him, and he would not turn away. Morpheus stepped gently, his feet brushing the edge of silence. Before him lay a garden, vast and still, hidden beneath the moon's glow. The air carried the fragrance of blossoms unknown to waking eyes. Petals shimmered like fragments of starlight, soft and eternal. Each flower opened slowly, as if blooming for the first time. Morpheus paused, listening to the hum that rose from the soil. It was not sound, but a memory disguised as music. Every bloom carried a whisper, a story once forgotten. He reached toward a white blossom, its petals trembling with light. When his hand neared, the flower sang faintly, a note of longing. He closed his eyes, letting the sound fill the spaces of his heart. The garden swayed, though no wind touched its stems. It was alive, not only in body, but in dream. Morpheus walked further, rows of flowers bowing as he passed. Each color glowed with memory, painting the night in secret hues. He heard laughter inside a red flower, echoes of childhood joy. A golden bloom whispered lullabies sung long ago. A silver petal carried the sound of footsteps on old stone. He bent closer, touched by the weight of what lingered there. This was no ordinary garden. It was a sanctuary of forgotten dreams. Every flower a vessel, every leaf a keeper of memory. Morpheus understood that the garden belonged to no one, yet welcomed all. The moon watched silently, casting its glow like a gentle guardian. He felt peace here, as if time itself had chosen to pause. The ground beneath him pulsed, warm and steady like a heartbeat. The blossoms leaned toward him, sensing his quiet wonder. Their glow deepened, and the hum grew brighter. He felt as though the flowers were speaking directly to his soul. Each step carried him deeper into the stillness. A fountain appeared at the center, its waters shining like crystal. The surface reflected the moon, broken into ripples of light. He knelt, touching the water, and felt warmth flow through his hand. It was as if the fountain itself remembered him. The flowers sang together, soft voices rising in harmony. The air vibrated with their song, filling the garden with peace. Morpheus stood in silence, his heart steady, his mind clear. This was a place of healing, a place of remembering. No sorrow lingered here, only gentle echoes of what once was. He smiled faintly, knowing he was welcomed by the garden. The blossoms bowed again, as if honoring his presence. He breathed deeply, carrying the fragrance into himself. Then the whisper returned, softer now, urging him to continue. The flowers swayed in agreement, guiding him toward the path ahead. Morpheus bowed to the garden, grateful for its gift. And with quiet steps, he walked onward, leaving the stillness behind. The path curved gently, leading Morpheus toward a field of quiet echoes. The night deepened, yet the air shimmered with a soft brightness. He paused, listening closely, for the silence was not empty. It was filled with faint sounds, fragile as morning dew. A ripple of laughter drifted across the air, light and tender. Morpheus turned, seeking its source, though no figure appeared. The laughter rose again, joined by others, like bells in the wind. It was the sound of children, timeless and free of sorrow. Their joy painted the darkness with colors unseen by waking eyes. He smiled, for the sound touched him deeper than memory. It was not his past, yet it belonged to him in this moment. The echoes circled him, playful and warm, brushing against his spirit. He closed his eyes, letting the laughter guide him. The field brightened, and faint outlines appeared among the grass. Shapes of children danced in silver light, not flesh, but memory. They ran barefoot, their steps leaving no mark on the earth. One stopped, turning toward Morpheus with eyes made of light. Though no words were spoken, he understood their invitation. They beckoned him to walk among them, to share in their joy. Morpheus stepped forward, and the air filled with song. The laughter was music, pure and bright, echoing across the night. It carried no sorrow, no shadow, only the glow of innocence. He walked among the echoes, feeling them dance around him. Their presence healed him, as if washing away hidden weight. The moon above lowered its light, gentle and kind. It blessed the laughter, letting it ripple further across the sky. Morpheus reached toward the nearest echo, though his hand passed through. Yet warmth lingered, as though the memory itself touched him. The children's voices grew stronger, weaving stories without words. He heard the sound of games played long ago beneath endless summers. He heard songs sung in twilight when the world felt unbroken. Every note carried life, untainted and true. Morpheus realized the echoes were not lost souls, but gifts of time. They were fragments of joy, too precious to vanish completely. The night had kept them safe, hidden in its vast embrace. The echoes laughed once more, louder now, filling the air with light. Their glow lit the path ahead, bright as lanterns in the dark. Morpheus bowed his head, honoring their gift. The laughter faded slowly, leaving peace behind. The field quieted, but not with emptiness, only with gentle rest. The whispers returned, soft and steady, guiding him onward. He carried the laughter within, a warmth he would not forget. The path stretched forward, silver and sure, waiting for his steps. And Morpheus walked, his heart lighter, his spirit brighter. The path opened wide, and Morpheus found himself before a vast lake. Its surface stretched endlessly, calm as glass, shining under the moon. The water reflected the night sky, stars rippling with every breath of air. It was not an ordinary lake, but a mirror of forgotten dreams. Morpheus stepped closer, drawn to the soft glow on its edge. The silence here was heavier, deep and eternal, yet strangely kind. He knelt by the water, watching his reflection bend and waver. But it was not only his face that looked back. Other images flickered, shadows of lives once dreamed. He saw fragments of people walking paths that never came to be. A child holding a lantern, a traveler resting beneath unseen stars. Each ripple brought another glimpse, another story unfulfilled. Morpheus reached out, letting his fingers brush the surface. Circles spread wide, and the visions grew clearer. He saw a painter who never finished their canvas, yet the colors lived here. He saw words never spoken, floating gently like feathers on water. The lake gathered every dream that time had misplaced. It cradled them tenderly, refusing to let them vanish. Morpheus felt awe, as if standing at the heart of memory. The moon shone brighter, casting a silver path across the water. He rose, following the glow that stretched into the distance. With each step along the shore, the reflections shifted. He glimpsed faces smiling, hands reaching, voices singing without sound. The lake was alive, not with bodies, but with essence. Morpheus paused where the water grew darker, almost black. Here the reflections trembled, uncertain and fragile. He sensed sorrow, dreams too heavy to lift, yet still kept safe. A whisper rose, carried by the lake itself. It told him not all dreams end, some simply wait in shadow. He listened, letting the stillness fill him with quiet truth. The water rippled once more, showing him a lantern of light. It drifted across the surface, steady and patient. Morpheus followed it with his eyes, knowing it was meant for him. The lantern glowed brighter, guiding him toward the next path. The lake settled, calm again, its surface smooth as glass. He bowed his head, honoring the dreams it held. Then he turned away, carrying the reflections in his heart. The air felt lighter, the silence softer as he stepped forward. Behind him the lake shimmered, guarding its endless stories. Ahead, the path of moonlight stretched into the waiting night, and Morpheus walked on, knowing each step carried the weight of wonder. Morpheus followed the silver glow until the path rose into the sky. Before him stretched a bridge, woven from clouds and moonlight. It arched high above the earth, drifting softly, alive with light. Each step shimmered beneath him, holding firm though weightless. The air was cool and thin, carrying scents of distant rain. Morpheus placed his foot upon the bridge, and it hummed faintly. The sound was low, like a song sung by the night itself. He took another step, and the hum deepened, echoing through the sky. The world below faded as though swallowed by mist. All around him, stars stretched wider, close enough to touch. They pulsed gently, keeping time with his heartbeat. Morpheus felt the bridge guiding him, steady and true. Each cloud beneath his feet held stories untold. He looked down and saw visions flickering inside the mist. Travelers walking unknown roads, dreamers lifting lanterns of hope. The bridge carried more than weight, it carried memory. The moon above cast shadows across the clouds, soft as silk. Morpheus stretched out his hand, brushing a star that drifted near. It sparked briefly, leaving warmth along his fingers. The bridge sang louder, its melody rising like a choir. Each note rang clear, opening doors in the night. Morpheus walked with steady steps, his spirit lifted by the sound. The clouds shifted gently, glowing with hues of silver and blue. He felt as though he walked through the breath of the sky. Below, glimpses of forgotten places shimmered through the mist. He saw towers made of crystal, fields of endless bloom, rivers of light. Each vision faded quickly, yet left a trace in his heart. The bridge curved higher, leading him deeper into the heavens. Wind stirred now, soft but insistent, whispering as it passed. It carried voices, dreamers calling to one another across time. Morpheus listened, hearing words unspoken, songs unfinished. Every whisper was a reminder that no dream is truly lost. He paused midway, gazing out at the endless sky. The stars seemed alive, watching him with quiet eyes. The bridge beneath him pulsed once, urging him onward. He breathed deeply, filling his chest with the cool night air. The path bent downward now, leading toward another shore of light. Morpheus followed, feeling the clouds shift beneath each step. At the far end, the bridge faded into shadow. There, a new path waited, darker yet inviting. The song of the bridge softened, fading into silence. Morpheus looked back once, honoring the journey above the earth. Then he stepped into the waiting night, carrying the melody within him. The path descended gently, carrying Morpheus into a forest of shadow and light. The trees were tall, their branches stretching like arms toward the sky. Leaves glimmered faintly, glowing with silver edges in the moonlight. The air was still, yet filled with a quiet strength. Morpheus walked slowly, listening to the forest breathe around him. Every step echoed softly, as though the ground welcomed his presence. Ahead, an owl perched on a low branch, its eyes bright as lanterns. It blinked slowly, turning its gaze directly upon him. The owl's feathers shimmered, dark and light woven into harmony. Morpheus paused, sensing wisdom older than time itself. The owl spoke, its voice low but clear, like wind through stone. "Traveler of dreams, you walk between silence and shadow." Morpheus bowed slightly, honoring the creature's presence. The owl continued, "Light reveals, shadow protects. Both belong to the night." Its words fell gently, yet carried weight like ancient truth. Morpheus listened, feeling the truth sink deep within him. The owl's eyes glowed brighter, reflecting stars hidden by the trees. "Do not fear the dark," it said, "for it holds what light cannot." Morpheus nodded, his heart steady with new understanding. The forest stirred, branches swaying though no wind moved. It was as if the owl's words awakened the night itself. Shadows shifted, forming shapes that lingered but did not threaten. They circled him gently, like guardians of forgotten paths. The owl spread its wings, silent and vast, and the air glowed faintly. "You are chosen to walk further," it said. "But remember balance." Morpheus felt the forest lean closer, listening to the exchange. He asked softly, "What lies beyond this path?" The owl blinked once, slow and knowing. "The answer lies not ahead, but within the steps you take." Its voice echoed, filling the forest with calm clarity. Morpheus lowered his head again, honoring the wisdom offered. The owl turned away, gazing into the vast sky above. Its feathers blended with shadow until only its eyes remained. Then, with a silent motion, it spread its wings wide. It lifted into the night, vanishing among the stars. Morpheus stood alone, yet not lonely, for its words stayed with him. The forest seemed brighter, its shadows softer, its silence kind. He walked onward, carrying the balance within his heart. Each step forward was lighter, each breath filled with calm. The path ahead stretched into the unknown, yet he did not fear, for the wisdom of the owl remained, guiding him in silence. The moon shone steady, blessing his journey through the forest of night. The forest path widened, leading Morpheus to a glade bathed in silver light. The air was soft, filled with a quiet hum, like music just beyond hearing. He paused, listening closely, his heart steady, his breath slow. A melody drifted through the night, faint but unmistakably alive. It was gentle, woven of sorrow and hope, rising like mist from the earth. Morpheus stepped carefully, each footfall in rhythm with the hidden song. The trees leaned closer, their branches trembling as if to join the sound. The melody grew clearer, no longer just a whisper, but a voice. It carried the weight of memory, yet also the promise of tomorrow. He followed it deeper into the glade, guided by the unseen singer. At the center stood a stone, smooth and ancient, glowing faintly. Upon it lay no figure, but the song rose as though born from its heart. Morpheus listened, and the words revealed themselves without speech. They spoke of dreamers who once sang together beneath the moon. Their voices had woven light into the night, binding sorrow with hope. When the world forgot, the song remained, waiting for another to hear. Morpheus closed his eyes, letting the melody flow through him. It wrapped around his spirit like a cloak, warm and steady. He felt tears of the sky fall within him, though none touched his face. The song lifted higher, filling the glade with a radiant glow. It carried laughter, lullabies, and prayers, woven into one endless note. The night itself seemed to sing, carrying the sound across the heavens. Morpheus knelt before the stone, honoring the song with silence. In the stillness, he felt the presence of countless dreamers. Their voices were gone, yet their spirit lingered, eternal and kind. The melody softened, drifting closer, wrapping gently around him. It whispered of resilience, of holding light even in shadow. Morpheus breathed deeply, carrying the song within his chest. It no longer came from outside, but sang from his own heart. The glade shimmered as the final notes faded into silence. For a moment, the world was still, balanced between breath and memory. Morpheus opened his eyes, and the stone glowed brighter once more. The air carried no sound now, but peace remained. He rose slowly, bowing his head in gratitude. The path revealed itself again, lined with faint lights like fallen stars. They pulsed softly, echoing the rhythm of the forgotten song. Morpheus stepped forward, each stride in harmony with the silent melody. Though the voice had faded, its truth remained inside him. The night welcomed him onward, carrying him into deeper mystery. The path wound deeper into the night, leading Morpheus to a hall unseen. It rose suddenly from the earth, vast and silent, carved of shadowed stone. Tall arches framed the entrance, glowing faintly beneath the moonlight. Morpheus stepped forward, his footsteps soft yet echoing in the air. The doors opened without touch, as though expecting his arrival. Inside stretched a hall of mirrors, endless and still. Each mirror shimmered like liquid glass, reflecting more than form. Morpheus paused, gazing into the nearest reflection. It showed not his face, but a path he had never taken. He saw himself walking another road, carrying burdens left unseen. The image trembled, then shifted into another life. Here he stood beneath skies of fire, choosing differently, living another fate. Morpheus moved slowly, each mirror unveiling a different reflection. One showed him joyous, surrounded by countless dreamers. Another showed him alone, yet strong, carrying light through endless dark. The mirrors whispered softly, their voices woven into his thoughts. They spoke of choices, of doors opened and doors left closed. Each reflection was not truth, but possibility, fragile and endless. Morpheus felt no fear, only wonder at the paths unseen. He touched the surface of one mirror, and ripples spread outward. A voice rose, quiet and kind, asking nothing but remembrance. Morpheus bowed his head, honoring the shadow of what could have been. The hall brightened, the mirrors glowing like lanterns of glass. Together they sang a melody, soft and unbroken, filling the silence. He walked deeper, mirrors lining both sides like eternal guardians. Each step revealed countless selves, countless choices reflected back. Some smiled, some wept, some stood in silence, holding unknown dreams. The song of the mirrors grew stronger, echoing like distant bells. Morpheus felt his heart steady, his breath calm and sure. He realized each reflection was not separate but part of the whole. Every choice, every shadow, every path was woven together. The mirrors softened, their glow fading into silver mist. They no longer showed lives apart, but a single thread of light. Morpheus understood. What matters is not the road unseen, but the step taken now. The hall quieted, its song folding gently back into silence. He stood in the center, surrounded by stillness, wrapped in calm. The mirrors dimmed, yet their presence lingered, steady and kind. A doorway appeared ahead, framed in light, waiting without demand. Morpheus breathed deeply, carrying the hall's wisdom within him. He stepped forward, leaving the mirrors behind, yet not forgotten. The night received him once more, the path glowing beneath his feet. The path unfolded once more, carrying Morpheus to a hidden grove. The trees stood tall, their branches silvered under moonlight. Each leaf shimmered softly, as though made of quiet flame. The grove was hushed, yet filled with a pulse, a living breath. Morpheus entered, his steps slow, reverent of the silence around him. In the center stood a circle of stones, glowing faintly. Each stone bore a mark, ancient runes etched in shadowed light. Morpheus knelt before them, sensing a rhythm beneath the earth. The stones hummed, low and steady, like a heart beneath the soil. He closed his eyes, letting the sound weave through his being. Suddenly the grove awakened, voices rising from wind and leaf. They were gentle, neither warning nor command, but invitation. Morpheus listened as they spoke of memory, of stories long forgotten. The grove was a keeper, holding echoes of countless dreams. Each stone carried not weight, but a tale once lived. He touched one stone, and images unfolded like threads of light. A child laughed in the meadow, chasing fireflies through dusk. Another stone revealed a song, sung in longing beneath the stars. Another showed a hand reaching for another, never quite touching. The voices wove these fragments into a tapestry, vast and gentle. Morpheus felt himself drifting, yet anchored within the grove's embrace. The stones whispered, "Every dream leaves a trace, none ever truly lost." He bowed his head, honoring the weightless history within the circle. The grove brightened, its leaves glowing as if lit from within. The runes shifted, aligning into a spiral of quiet flame. Morpheus stepped into the circle, feeling warmth surround him. It was not fire, but presence, old as the moon itself. The voices rose, not louder, but fuller, layered like waves. They carried neither demand nor judgment, only recognition. Morpheus realized the grove was not teaching, but remembering. He was part of its memory, as it was part of him. The pulse beneath the earth slowed, steady, calm, and certain. The stones dimmed, their glow folding back into quiet shadow. The voices faded, leaving only the sound of leaves in the wind. Morpheus stood, carrying the echoes within, his heart calm. The grove no longer held him, but released him with grace. A path opened, narrow and soft, lined with silver grass. The moon watched overhead, casting gentle light upon his way. Morpheus turned once more to the circle, bowing in silence. He stepped forward, leaving the grove, yet carrying it with him. The night stretched before him, and he walked, unhurried, into its depth. The final path unfolded beneath the watchful moon. Morpheus walked slowly, each step carrying the weight of the journey. Ahead rose a hill, crowned with a single stone arch. The arch glowed faintly, its light shifting like silver water. The air was hushed, yet filled with quiet expectancy. Morpheus reached the hill's base and began the ascent. Each step felt lighter, though his heart carried deep stillness. The wind brushed past, gentle, as though guiding him onward. At the hilltop, the arch stood tall, framing the endless sky. Through it shimmered not land, but a horizon of light. It pulsed softly, like the breath of the moon itself. Morpheus paused, gazing into its radiance, unafraid. He felt the echo of the lake, the song, the grove. Each moment of his path returned, woven into one thread. The arch did not call, nor command, but opened in stillness. He stepped closer, the ground glowing faintly beneath his feet. The light grew brighter, not blinding, but warm and endless. It carried the whisper of all he had seen and known, the owl's wisdom, the mirror's song, the grove's memory. All wove together, not separate, but whole, timeless and true. Morpheus breathed deeply, feeling himself part of the quiet expanse. The arch shimmered, the horizon of light spreading like dawn. It was not an ending, but a return, a gentle unfolding. Morpheus lifted his gaze, eyes steady, heart unburdened. He stepped through, leaving shadow yet carrying its grace. For a moment, the world grew silent, timeless, boundless. Then the hill was empty, the arch quiet, the night calm. The moon lingered overhead, its silver glow unbroken. The path faded into stillness, yet its memory remained. Morpheus was gone, yet everywhere, woven into dream and shadow. The wind whispered softly, carrying his presence like a song. The stones of the hill glowed faintly, then dimmed into quiet. The world breathed, steady, as though touched by unseen hands. The arch stood, waiting, timeless, beneath the eternal moon. And so the journey ended, not in silence, but in peace. A shadow of the moon remained, soft and eternal. Dreamers who wander beneath its light would feel it still, not as command nor warning, but as presence, quiet and kind. Morpheus walked no more, yet his path lingered in every step. The night held him, and in turn, he held the night. The story closed gently, like a door returning to stillness.